Hello, my friends. Welcome back to English Unleashed. I'm Tom. Today's episode is very important, especially if you feel this problem. You understand English, you can read English, you can watch videos in English, and you know many words. But you think your speaking ability is not good enough. You want to say something, but the sentence does not come out. You know the grammar, but you cannot use it quickly. You know the word, but you remember it too late. You feel slow, nervous, and unsure. If this happens to you, don't worry. It does not mean your English is bad. It means your speaking system needs training. Speaking is not only about knowing words. Speaking, my friends, is a skill. It is like driving, dancing, or playing the piano. You need practice that trains your brain to think, choose words, organize ideas, and speak at the same time. So today I will share 7 powerful and slightly different strategies to improve your English speaking ability. These are not boring textbook tips. These are practical techniques that you can use every single day. This episode comes with a detailed PDF worksheet. In the worksheet, you will find useful phrases, speaking exercises, meanings, examples, homework, and answer keys. You can download it from www.englishfrenzy.com and use it while you listen or after the episode to practice more. Okay, strategy number 1. Build answer letters. Yes, answer letters. Many English learners give very short answers. For example, someone says, "What did you do yesterday?" And the learner says, "I stayed home." Well, this is correct, but it is too short. In real conversation, short answers can make the conversation stop. So, an answer letter helps you build your answer step by step, just like a ladder. Level 1 is the simple answer. I stayed home. Level 2 adds one detail. I stayed home because I was tired. Level 3 adds feeling. I stayed home because I was tired and I needed a quiet evening. Level 4 adds a small story. I stayed home because I was tired. I made some tea. I watched a series and I went to bed early. Now, your answer sounds much more natural. You can practice this with many common questions. What do you do? What do you like doing in your free time? Where are you from? How was your weekend? How was your weekend? What kind of movies do you like? Start with a small answer, then add a reason, then add a feeling, then add a detail or example. This trains your speaking muscles. It also helps you stop giving one-word answers. The goal is not to speak with different grammar. The goal is to make your answers fuller, warmer, and more human. Strategy number 2. Create a personal speaking menu. Yes, a personal speaking menu. A speaking menu is a list of topics you can talk about easily because they are connected to your life, your real life. Many learners practice random topics like the environment or technology or tourism. Well, these topics can be useful, but real speaking confidence begins with your own life. Your speaking menu can include your daily routine, your work or studies, your family, your hobbies, your favorite food, your city, your goals, your problems, your opinions, your memories, and your plans. For each topic, prepare 5 useful sentences. For example, for work, you can prepare I work as an English teacher. Most of my work is online. I usually prepare lessons in the morning. The best part of my job is helping students feel more confident. The difficult part is staying creative every day. Now you have a small speaking menu for work. Do the same for your daily routine. I usually wake up around 7. I make coffee and check my messages. I try to start the day slowly. In the afternoon, I usually work on my content. At night, I like to relax and watch something simple. When you prepare your personal speaking menu, you're not memorizing a boring speech. You are building your own language world. This is powerful because most real conversations are about normal life. If you can talk about your life clearly, your speaking confidence will grow fast. Strategy number 3. Use conversation bridges. Sometimes learners can answer a question, but they cannot continue the conversation. For example, do you like music? Yes, I do. And then silence. Conversation bridges help you continue. They are short phrases that connect one idea to another. Here are some useful bridges. Actually, what I like most is that reminds me of, to be honest, the funny thing is, for me, it depends on, I used to think, but now I think. One example is, that's why I. Okay, now let's use some of them. Do you like music? A simple answer is yes, I do. A better answer with a bridge is like this. Yes, I do. Actually, what I like most is piano music. It helps me relax and focus. Here is another example. Do you like cooking? Yes, I do. To be honest, I'm not a professional cook, but I enjoy making simple meals at home. Another example. Is English difficult for you? Yes, sometimes. For me, it depends on the situation. Reading is easier, but speaking can be more stressful. These bridges are small, but they make a big difference. They help you move from short answers to real conversation. Learn 10 bridges and use them again and again. They will make your speaking smoother and more natural. Okay, here is strategy number 4. Practice opinion plus reason plus example. Let me say that again. Opinion plus reason plus example. Many learners can say their opinion, but they cannot support it. They cannot explain it. They cannot talk about it. They say, I like English, but then they stop. A stronger speaking pattern that you can use is opinion, reason, example. For example, I like English. That is your opinion. Because it helps me connect with more people. That is your reason. For example, I can watch videos, read books, and talk to people from different countries. And that is your example. Let's try another one. Do you think learning English is important? Yes, I think learning English is very important because it gives people more opportunities. For example, many jobs, courses, and online resources are in English. Here is another one. Do you prefer studying alone or with other people? I prefer studying alone because I can focus better. For example, when I study alone, I can repeat something many times without feeling embarrassed. This pattern is simple, but it is extremely useful. You can use it in daily conversation, job interviews, even IELTS speaking test. The beautiful thing is this. When you have a pattern, your brain feels safer. Your brain has a structure. You don't need to create anything from zero. You just follow the path. You give your opinion, you give a reason, and then an example. Strategy number 5. Train your repair sentences. What do I mean by that? Many learners are afraid of making mistakes, but even native speakers and fluent speakers also stop, correct themselves, and change their sentences. The problem is not making a mistake. The problem is not knowing how to repair the sentence. Repair sentences help you continue speaking even when you are unsure. For example, sorry, let me say that again. Or, what I mean is, or, I'm not sure how to explain it, but let me think for a second. That's not exactly what I wanted to say. A better way to say it is, I forgot the word, but it means, how can I put it? Let me give you an example. These phrases are magic for speaking confidence. Imagine you are speaking and you make a grammar mistake. Instead of stopping completely, you say, sorry, let me say that again. Then you try again. Or imagine you forget a word. You can say, I forgot the word, but it means a person who fixes cars. Then the other person may say, you mean a mechanic? And you say, yes, that's the word, a mechanic. Thank you. This is real communication. Fluency does not mean perfect speaking. Fluency means you can keep going. So don't only learn perfect sentences, learn recovery sentences, learn survival sentences, learn how to continue. This will make you braver. Okay, now let's move on to strategy number 6. Practice one story, 3 versions. Stories are one of the best ways to improve speaking because stories include time, action, feelings, reasons, and details. But many learners tell a story only once. A better method is to tell the same story in 3 versions. Version 1, very simple. Version 2, more detailed. Version 3, more natural and emotional. Let's take a simple story. Version 1. Yesterday, I went to a cafe. I drank coffee and met my friend. Version 2. Yesterday afternoon, I went to a small cafe near my house. I ordered coffee and waited for my friend. We talked for about an hour. Version 3. Yesterday afternoon, I went to a cozy little cafe near my house. I was a bit tired, so I ordered a strong coffee and sat by the window. A few minutes later, my friend arrived, and we talked for almost an hour. It was simple, but it made my day better. This method is excellent because you're not trying to learn a completely new topic every time. You are improving the same idea. You add time, you add place, you add emotion, you add details, you add natural phrases. You can do this with small daily stories, going shopping, making dinner, watching a movie, meeting a friend, having a difficult day, learning something new, or making a mistake. Your life is full of speaking material. You don't need dramatic stories. A simple moment can become good speaking practice. Strategy number 7. Record future conversations. This strategy is very powerful and very different. Instead of practicing only after something happens, practice before it happens. Think about a conversation you may have tomorrow or this week. Maybe you need to talk to a colleague. Maybe you need to introduce yourself. Maybe you need to ask a question in class. Maybe you need to speak to a customer. Maybe you need to make a phone call. Maybe you want to talk to someone online. Now imagine the conversation before it happens. Ask yourself, what might they ask me? What do I want to say? What words will I need? What sentence can help me start? What sentence can help me finish? For example, imagine you have a meeting tomorrow. You can prepare, "Hi, thanks for meeting me. I wanted to ask about the project. I'm not completely sure about the next step. Could you explain that part again?" That sounds good to me. I'll check it and get back to you. Then record yourself saying these sentences in a natural way. This is not memorizing like a robot. This is preparing your brain for a real situation. Athletes imagine the game before they play. Musicians imagine the performance before they go on stage. Speakers can do the same. When the real conversation happens, your brain says, I know this place. I have been here before. That feeling reduces fear. So, before an important conversation, don't just worry. Prepare a small future conversation. Okay, now let's bring all 7 strategies together. Number 1, build answer ladders. Start small, then add reason, feeling, and detail. Number 2, create a personal speaking menu. Prepare useful sentences about your real life. Number 3, use conversation bridges. Learn phrases that help you continue naturally. Number 4, practice opinion plus reason plus example. Number 5, train repair sentences. Learn how to continue when you make a mistake or forget a word. Number 6, practice one story in 3 versions. Make your speaking richer step by step. Number 7, record future conversations. Prepare for real situations before they happen. Now, here is the most important idea of this episode. You don't need to speak perfectly to become a better speaker. I have said this many times. You need to speak more often with better systems. Many learners wait until they feel ready, but confidence, as I have said many times, does not come before speaking. Confidence comes after many small speaking experiences. So, start small. Start today. And keep learning. Keep practicing and keep growing. And keep building your voice. Bye for now.